when I met with 50 the first time on Juvenile Bus, because 50 was coming to meet Juvenile when I met him. He didn't know me from a can of paint, and I just knew him from the music because it was like he had a name for how to rob, and you know the nigga was like one of them live type niggas to me, like this nigga here don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? So I was a fan pretty much when they came on the bus of knowing, okay, and then damn, this nigga shit match. You know, they come here, that nigga had vests and shit on, all of them did and shit. So, you know, me knowing what I was listening to and meeting them and seeing this circle and shit, I was like, yeah, they the real deal for sure. I just like lining myself up with the real deal with shit, you know, or motherfuckers just being who they are is the best way for me. Cause that's the only way I can be. And you know, when they came in and shit, you know, 50 had went to the back of the bus with Juvie, which was a studio bus. So they back there vibing. And I just happened to be playing records in the front of the bus where Yayo and Banks was. And that's where I had played them, the Bloodhound record, basically. And Banks was like, hold on, man, I gotta tell 50 to come here. So shout out to Banks, man, because Banks really made that fucking move or let me go get 50. 50 came up there and heard the record and was like, that shit hard. Hell yeah, that shit real hard. But he didn't say nothing or, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was just that he just let me know, hell yeah, I like that motherfucker, that's crazy. He didn't give no emotion like, I need that for my album, none of that shit. It was shit, it was a couple weeks after when the offer about the record came in, because actually when we left New York, that's when we had went over to California and shit didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I ended up having to, you know what I'm saying, get myself back to the Ville and it wasn't no beef or none of that shit with me and Juvie or whatever. And like I say, I'm very, you know, motherfucker gotta see me out here type nigga, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is, say what you say, and I ain't gonna get on here and do all that shit, but motherfucker gotta see me though, you know what I mean? And then however it go, whether it's good or bad, then they'll see it, but motherfucker gotta see me though. You dig? Facts, you know? It's just that on that, but yeah, man, Juvie, once we left that, I left from Juvie, and then I got a call from Sha Money saying, yo, you know that record that you was playing on the bus, 50 want that on this album. And I'm like, what? Cause at that time I'm already seeing he with M and Dre and shit. Matter of fact, to be honest, you know, we really want you a part of G-Unit over here with us. And I'm like, is this a blessing out of the sky? I'm just now getting away from the situation with Juvie. Not that I was in a contractual situation. I never signed a contract with dude. I've always was just out there pushing the line from the friendship that we had and pushing an independent push for what he established with UTP Records. But I was never contractually bound to nothing. And a lot of it was on my own dollar. Of course, he did what he did with the crew, but I did a lot of, you know, my own pen and bringing the paper to the table. You did, even on the push with UTP, period. You know, me and my circle of individuals and shit like that kind of always held our own, but it was a push for me. I'm a part of UTPD, my brothers in my mind, you know what I mean? And just shit went wrong, not on no negative shit, but, you know, Juvie had already let niggas know if we find opportunity anywhere else where, you know, we might want to pay some attention. And I respect the hell out of that, because it wasn't like he was trying to lead a motherfucker on. He was like, man, I'm going through my own thing, and it was respectable. So opportunity came. I'm like, man, I'm free as a bird, man. It's like, man,